People think financial freedom is having a lot of money.
It's not.
No, you're debt-free. You're debt-free. It's not living hand to mouth. And can your money work for you?
Yeah.
This lady was able to send her child to a boarding school, a good girls' boarding school for secondary school. And then, of course, the hustle came in at university. She took her for a diploma. But can you imagine? She was selling nail.
Okay, so now if someone has watched this video and they're inspired, you've lit the fire, they want to start a business, and they go home and tell their partner, and their partner is just like,
Madam, what's the story?
How do you get your partner on board? Is financial freedom attainable? Can we women make the most of our money and attain financial freedom? Can we grow well? I'm here with Susan. I had a teaching from her in January about finances, and I've been singing her name to my husband from the word go. Trust me, you changed a lot of the way that I think about finances, and I knew that I had to bring you here. So we're going to learn about finances as women and as moms.
My name is Susan Claire Kavuma. I am a former banker with 24 years of experience. I'm a mom to 3 children. I'm a consultant, a banking consultant. And then I also facilitate a women's program, leadership program called Female Future Program. I am a businesswoman and an author. I wrote a children's book for 8 children, yes. So in a nutshell, that is me.
Amazing. I can't wait for us to learn from you. So I want you to answer this question first. Is financial freedom something that we can actually attain, or it's that goal that just keeps?
It's something you can attain. You have to be very intentional. You have to have goals. You have to change a few things about the way you look at finances. It is attainable. Even if you're not yet there, but you can work towards it. Okay. It is attainable. Yeah.
So how can we as moms, because on here, my audience has stay-at-home moms, there are some working moms, but we have a lot of responsibilities, especially when kids come in. How can we use the money that we have, first of all, to grow it? How can we increase our sources of income? How can we attain that wealth where we're not living hand to mouth every day? How can we grow our wealth as moms and as women?
All right. So as a mother, as a woman, I picked a few things from my mom. She died before she got there. However, there are things I saw. She had goals. Do you have financial goals? It's the one thing. So you write up your financial goals. This is where I want to be at, given what you're earning. And as you set your financial goals, it's good to dream big. But I can just give an example of my mom. She had 5, actually 6 with many other adopted family. But when things got tight and when we're growing up, she did not just sit back. She had a goal that her children had to go to the best schools, not just school, to the best schools. My mom was a teacher. She was a headmistress in a normal government school. But what did she do? She had to supplement her income. So she had, of course, the networks to begin with, being that she was a head teacher. But the one thing she did as she set these goals, she set them with us.
Wow.
Yeah. So she involved us in this whole thing that I want you. This is what I have for you. I don't have much to give you. All I can give you is a good education. So help me attain good grades when you're there. And then during the holidays, we'd get all these little gigs. I know people say the children sit back home. We got gigs. We worked at conferences. And she'll tell us, this is how much we're going to earn from the conference. This is how we're going to spend it. And this is how we're going to save it.
Wow.
And then she also ensured that we knew all these money saving, should I call them techniques, or took money saving actions. For example, we never bought our snacks from a supermarket. We baked our snacks.
Yeah.
So while we're at school, every 2 weeks, she would just buy a pack of wheat flour. So you come back, the wheat flour is there. We had a charcoal oven.
Wow.
Would use sand. So you come in, bake your cookies.
Wow.
You have soya, buy it from the market, come boil, put salt, and do it. So we had all those money saving techniques. But she walked with us. So we knew where the struggle was. And we knew what her goals were.
So she didn't hide you from that struggle. She involved you and she equipped you.
She equipped us. So, and we did not feel like we are suffering or because everything was clear. You know, we saw when our parents had money at one point in time, they were very well off. So we knew what it meant to have money. We're in this situation, how to make the best of it. And by the way, it was not like, oh, I'm suffering. No, because we knew what the goal was.
Yeah.
And I thank God that by the time my dad passed before my mom, he'd seen us achieve some of those goals.
Yeah.
Got into university, government scholarship. Then by the time my mom died, we were all married. We have children. Okay, some are not married, but at least he was part of that journey.
Yeah.
But the most important thing when you talk about the financial freedom, she instilled in us the bit to work and value the money. But of course, as you get there now, you learn much more because hers was, those days. Now, these days, things are a bit different.
Yeah.
So the most important thing she taught us is to have a budget.
Have a budget.
Have a budget. How many of us have budgets? How many of us watch our spending? You know, you've had people say, I was paid yesterday.
I don't know where
the money went.
I don't know where it went.
And even when you ask them, okay, sit back and think, they're like,
I got this, but I don't know where it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as we spend, we need to take note. There are many apps now, those that are tech savvy. I use a notebook. I'm still so old fashioned. I
also like to write down.
I write down.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, when I attended my first personal financial course, or should I say lesson, the gentleman asked us, how many of you know how much you spent last month? And I could not remember like 3/4 of it. So he said, start on a journey, start today. Everything you spend, write it down. Then you realize that you're also eating into savings. So first write down everything. Then the next month, look at some of those things or look at where the leakages are. There some things you buy. I like shoes. I would buy a shoe today, tomorrow. So
you and me both, and you have cute shoes.
Thank you. So I would do. So you take note of that.
Yeah.
Now do that for like maybe 1-2 months. Then look at the amount of money you're spending, and then go back to your financial goals. Where do I want to be? So if I want to be
here
on a monthly basis, I'm just giving an example. I want to save 2 million shillings. So for example, 4 million shillings.
Yeah.
And I want to save 2 million shillings. Come back to your expenses. Can I save 2 million shillings if I'm buying 4 pairs of shoes? 6.
You're just sabotaging yourself.
Yes, it's sabotaging yourself.
Yeah.
So then look at, again, your financial goals. Prioritize.
Yeah.
Can I buy 1 pair of shoes every 4 months? Yes, I can. So now you purpose and you tick and you keep ticking off. Now that is your savings. Remember that as you get this money, then look back. We're not supposed to cheat God.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're Christian, whether you're Muslim.
Yeah.
That 10%.
Give it back to God.
Give it back. Now start the proper budgeting. Get your money first off. Give God.
Tithe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then take off for your savings. You know, savings is actually paying you.
Yeah.
That's why they say, when they say pay yourself.
Yeah.
That's your saving.
Yeah. Someone said to me this year, the only money you have is the money you save.
20%. Save it. Put it there. And then there's a school of thought. I read a book recently that challenged to even save 30%. But to start off, save the 20%. Then you get into your groceries. But do you have a standard list? Or you walk into a supermarket and say,
I feel like
that looks nice.
Yeah.
You pick it.
Yeah.
I feel like this. Have a standard shopping list. But give a bit. Yeah. For, at least if you said you love chocolate.
And to treat yourself.
Yes, treat yourself to that. But at least if you start with a budget and that budget has your financial goals, then, it happens.
Yeah.
So you want your child to go to school, but you're earning 4 million shillings. But you want your child to go to ISU. It's $20,000 a year, for example. But you're earning 4 million shillings, you're going to borrow. And then you sink in debt.
You're not living
because your neighbor's child has moved from Kampala parents to Rainbow. How can
my child?
You shift your kids?
Yes.
So just know your goals and stick to that budget. It helps. It's not easy, but if you are intentional and purpose, it can happen. Yeah, because you talked about the stay-at-home moms, and I was challenged by a lady when we were growing up. This lady used to sell milk along the road. These days most of the milk is sold in milk shops. But those days there were ladies who used to sell milk by the roadside.
Wow.
And this lady's children went to school. Then we didn't have UPE, went to Kitante Primary School, and her child was in Kitante Primary School. It was a struggle you could see from the way the things they held, the things they had, but she had that goal.
Yeah.
This lady was able to send her child to a boarding school, a good girls' boarding school for secondary school. And then, of course, the hustle came in at university. She took her for a diploma. But can you imagine? She was selling milk. And later, when the child graduated, that lady said she had a savings group. And first she would tell them, I get my money only when my child is going back. Those things of turns, my turn. Her turn would be when the child is going back to school. So they'd give you half, and then the other half, they save it for you. Now, this lady's child studied, finished school on that.
Wow. That's diligent.
Yes. And people think financial freedom is having a lot of money.
It's not.
No. You're debt-free. You're debt-free. It's not living hand to mouth. And can your money work for you? Can your money work for you?
Can your money work for you?
How money works for you is you save it. It gives you an interest. Now don't eat that interest. Plow back that interest so that the money keeps working. At a point in time, maybe you're retired. Now you can tell them every month that the interest come to me. But the money is still growing. So financial freedom can work where you don't have debt and you're living well within your means.
Yeah. That's something I used to hate. My parents would tell us in secondary school, live within your means. Because you're going to go to school and see so many people, you don't know how their parents earn money and they live a life that's different from yours. So you want to compare, you want your parents to also do the same things that their parents are doing for them. And that you end up in debt. Now you lend me this money so that I can also look like my friends. Yeah. So now as parents, as moms, how do we even grow our sources of income? Like, okay, I have this money and put it maybe in a savings account in the bank. Like, what's the best way for me to save? How can I even grow that money? If I'm, say, not business savvy, how do I make my money grow?
Okay, there are different ways of making your money grow. If you're not business savvy, there are very many instruments that the financial sector has. One, you've heard of the insurance plans that are there.
Yeah.
UAP has the unit trust. I'll speak to UAP because that's what I know. That's where I am. So they have the unit trust. You get your money and you open up a unit trust. On a monthly basis, they will pay you interest. I don't know what the current, it's between 10 to 12% annual. So your interest will keep coming to your account. And they send you a statement. You see how much you have. And when you get 10,000, deposit on your unit trust. That is one way of growing your money. Then you can say that I want my child, so for example, in P1, by the time they go to S1, I need to have a good nest egg. So they also have the education plans. I know Jubilee has Prudential, I think ICA. So you can also say on a monthly basis, I'll put maybe 100,000. So you can imagine 100 times 12 times 7. Ready for that nest egg for your child. The other bit would be the investment clubs. And I think the informal sector has one of the best investment clubs. People put in money. When you sit down and listen to the ladies in the community, they put their money into those either CASA or all those are ways in which
we can grow our money.
You can grow our money. I was challenged about a year ago. I was talking to they were young mothers, teenage mothers, and those 20, they're all below 20. And young, I thought I was doing the financial literacy. And I ended up being taught. And this lady was so passionate about it. She said one time she approached someone and said, "Can you give me 20,000 to start a business?" And that person laughed at her and said, "So what business are you going to do?" And she had a plan. She said, okay, it was all in Luganda, but let me use English. "I have my sigiri. But if you give me that 20,000, I'll buy a liter of cooking oil. I'll get cassava for 3,000. She planned out, these ladies who sell cassava on the side. And she said, "And you know what? I can get to Monday to feed my child. Just give me that." So she started off and the person just said, "I doubt, quarter." So they gave her 20,000. She started off by the roadside selling the cassava. At the end of that day, she looked at, now, we keep saying this for maybe they're illiterate or not, but she was noting down. I bought this. So she knew how much she had made of that day. She kept that money, the profit of that 20,000, and she started utilizing it. Before she knew, she'd started the chindazi. So, because, they buy the then the wheat flour, then she has the chindazi. So slowly by slowly, then she started getting money, and she had purposed that every day she would save at least 1,500 shillings every day. So that money, she eventually just have small circles of every day. Is it in the chibina you put? So she would put in that chibina her 1.5. Before she knew it, someone, I think in another chibina, was selling off a piglet, and she could get a piglet, and the chibina just topped up for her small bit. She got a piglet. So slowly by slowly, now when we were doing that training, she was giving a testimony of like, me. Okay, I'm just doing a direct translation. My friend was telling us she had pigs, and she was so excited. My customers are from Kampala.
Come on.
It was so powerful, and I'm like, she started off for 20, but she was so intentional because she was a single mom. They were going hungry, and she just, do you know where you chance on a person will not give you money, but it's clearly she had a goal. Because when this guy asked, what is 20,000 going to help you start a business? But she had a plan. Do you realize that she had a plan? She had a goal. It's not that it happened in a day, but progressively she got to where she wanted to be. Yes.
Wow.
So if you're on the business side, start small. Don't start big, because even when you talk to the businessmen out there who've made it, they started small.
So save that 10K every day. Just be diligent about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So now the ones that are in offices, like we feel like, for me, I have my salary at the end of the month. I'm expecting my 4 million, no matter what. How can I still make the most of the opportunity that I have? I remember you sharing a story of selling bras at your office desk.
I used to do that. Yes.
Many people are just going to office, doing the bare minimum and going back home. Yet there is an opportunity there.
You have customers there. So the other thing is, what and who is in your community or who is around you. Like that time we're going through a number of challenges. Our mom was really ill. She had cancer for some time, and the treatment is not cheap.
Expensive.
Yes. So I was talking to a friend of mine. We are just, those 4-seater desks in office, and her mom lives in England. So I was telling her, can your mom help me? I want to do something. She says, what do you want to do? But I wasn't so sure. So I told her, but there are things I like, and I see people here buy them expensively. So quickly she called the mother. We had a chat, and the mother said, "Oh, yes, there are times when Marks and Spencer goes on sale, Debenhams goes on sale. So you can send me the money." She gave me an account number, and I deposited money to just try it off. She got them at a good deal. Of course, she's there. She has her free days. She'll go and shop and then put them in cargo, and they'll come through Salabed. So I started making a markup. And that time we didn't have WhatsApp. No, it was just the normal calls. So I'd just send an email to friends. I have some goodies at my desk. And people appreciate it. Of course, now it's cheaper than the guys who are selling them in the malls.
Yeah.
So I started making money, and that money, together with my sister, when the stock would come, I'd give my sister to sell some, sell some, then moved into the jewelry bit from Thailand. I'd send some lady, she would bring them for me. So I started selling off. So even in your environment, there are things that you can get cheaper, still good quality because you mind the people you're selling to.
Yeah.
And make something.
Yeah,
it can help out on a need. It can help you maybe grow your savings. But then also for the ladies, the other instrument where you can grow, you can let your money work for you. There are treasury bonds and treasury bills. For a treasury bond, you can invest as little as 100,000. And at times the interest rates are good, 14%, 15, 16, depending on what the auction calendar is.
Yeah.
So you don't have to know all these things and have them at the back of your mind. If you have a bank account, walking into the bank
and ask them.
Ask the branch manager. I hear there are these things. How do they work? How do I get my money? They'll explain to you. There are many instruments that you can really invest in. Yes, if you're not on the business side, just use the financial instruments. They're but they are the risk. They're low risk. Businesses are a bit of high risk. Yeah. But those ones have a low risk.
Yeah, I really loved your story of selling at your desk.
Yes.
Like for me, there's many times when people will come and tell me, Daisy, I'm only earning 400,000. I don't have enough money to go to work. So I ask them, do your workmates have breakfast?
No.
Can you make mandazi or that? Like just see what it is that you can make to satisfy a need. Don't they want evening tea? Usually in the evening after lunch, people start to want to nibble on things. See what it is that you can satisfy. So sometimes our minds are just closed off.
On to the white collar jobs.
That's it. But even with your white collar job, there are sources of income that you can create there.
I'll give you the other story. I had a boss who would bring in bags wholesale. I don't know if you know Angels Plaza. Downtown. Okay. Down in Abu Dhabi. So one time I approached her. I love bags. I love bags. And she had good bags. So I approached her. I was so scared. And I told her, because told my story properly. And I said, but I need an additional source of income. And I'm told you have bags. I saw a bag someone had, and she told me she bought it from you. Can you give me 10 bags of credit? Here's my post-dated check. I will pay you come salary day. And she laughed and told me, so you're giving me a post-dated check? No, this is what you're going to do. Go down to the shop. Take as many bags as you want. The girl will record in the book. You will pay me.
Come on.
I fear borders. At lunchtime, I walked down to her shop. Girl.
Down. I think that's near the buses, right?
Yes. That street of the bus box was the end. Went to pick my bags. Now the cheese fair was so huge. The girl got me a guy to carry them. She carried them. I put them in the boot of my car. In the evening, I call my sister, my partner in crime. Sweets.
We have bags.
I was like, we have bags? I said, we have bags. So I told her, I'll come tomorrow. Let me first go home, look at them, price them, So I go, I remember it was a Friday, go price them. She passes by in the evening. She takes her stock. Everyone would sell from the boat. I have nice things. Lunchtime, walk to them used to park alongside the road, show them the bags, people pick. I told them, it's okay, pay day. So I started selling like that. Then, together with my sister and friends, we used to have what we call cookouts. So we'd have day, once a month, where would tell everyone cook a dish, a different dish. So it would be like 20 girls, each one comes with a different
like a potluck.
A potluck, something. Then you explain how you teach about to cook. That's how we got to learn the different recipes. So I wasn't part of that group. So I told my sister, you usually meet with your friends.
Can I join?
No, I'll be passing.
Bye.
So passing, she says, oh, by then my sister shows bags. They're like, bags? Stock gone.
Wow.
So then that's how I joined that group, because I was listening to the way people cook, and some of them were actually, they would be hired out. Like, my friend, you know how to cook, and I tell you, Daisy,
come and cook for me.
Come and cook for me. I'll pay for you. I'll pay you.
Wow.
So we started picking up on those little things. Yeah. But the other thing I also learned with financial freedom, pride aside, okay, do the legally accepted business. Yeah. But pride aside, you're making money. Yeah. So you're laughing at
pride
me.
Stops us from making money.
Carrying my Chivera from downtown. But I'm making money.
Yeah, my friend sells perfumes, and after a fellowship, she'll be like, guys, I have perfume.
Yes. And you talk about them, and you just have passion for your thing.
Yeah.
Because money is not going to, my mom used to say that, you think we're going to pluck it from trees? Money doesn't.
You have to look for it.
You have to look for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Suzanne.
you just go out there. If you can cook, someone tells you, I love to bake. Someone tells me, bake for me some cookies for my child. So you bake. I don't know then how to make money properly. Just say, I'll go to apply. Then I tell her, okay, labor 10K or 20K, bare minimum. But if I was to do that again, I'd make.
Yeah, I have a client. She sells a dozen of cupcakes at 70,000.
What?
Yes.
And she's making money. And they're delicious.
Yeah,
the thing is about
she gives it her best.
Yes.
And people pay.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for opening our minds. I hope that this video opens your mind. Whether you're formally employed, you're a stay-at-home mom, like, don't sit down and pity yourself, like, me, I'm a stay-at-home mom. No. There's a lot you can do. Your husband goes to work, you make some muscle, and tell him, it's okay. Like, talk to the tea girl, just give him the tea girl can collect the money. So open your mind and see how you can make money. Okay, so now if someone has watched this video and they're inspired, you've lit the fire, they want to start a business, and they go home and tell their partner, and their partner is just like,
Madam, what's the story?
How do you get your partner on board?
All right, so you'll have your financial goals as Daisy, but then I think it's also important as a couple, as a family, to have financial goals.
Yeah.
What are you working towards? Because there's some projects that are family projects.
Yes.
So to bring him on board, first of all, appreciate that you need to have financial goals. You're going somewhere, and currently with what you're doing, you're not seeing the light at the end of that tunnel. So you have to speak towards the couple financial goals or your family financial goals. It's very important. Otherwise, you'll be doing one thing. As you're bringing in the money, there's a leak somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's just letting him know that this is our goal. This is what we're earning. We cannot meet. So I had an idea. And when you have that idea, have like two, 3 options. Because I'll say, my wife selling cassava at the veranda. No, that will not work.
Yeah.
So just talk about those financial goals. However, there'll also be instances where the person doesn't appreciate what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So pray to God. I believe in that. Pray to God to give you wisdom. The women who've done businesses, and later, after you have started and someone sees the value, then they come on board. Yeah.
So ask God for wisdom.
Wisdom, really, and also for favor as you present, because it's like a case study, as you present the business case to your partner.
Yeah.
It happens.
So when you're planning for a new year, you don't start in the new year. You start now.
Yes.
So when you watch this video, I hope that it inspires you to start planning for 2024. See what things you need to change. We can't do the same things and expect different results. Yeah. So Susan has shared tips here and there. Like there are so many avenues. She had to ask for those bags. If she had never asked, she would never have been given. So if you never ask, the answer will always be no. Just see the different ways that you can make money. Be bold and ask for those opportunities, and don't allow pride to come in. Yeah. No one will know that you started out by selling cassava when you own a plaza on Kampala Road. Yeah. So don't be prideful, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.